and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in our neutron fought state run in Joan Empire's Oceania DLC hard difficulty on the Arctic class. We're at the bottom of round 151 and have 6 decisions to await us. Leisure wants extra funds. I have some money, so sure. Fist. You know, I'll actually take the invest with the city to raise the opinion with the leader. You want more bureaucratic assets. Fine.
Aye, sir.
Minor worker strike, we'll give it to demands. We'll sell the IP, get some money, that's nice. And appoint a governor. You're the most competent governor, yes, so you get the job. And okay, everything except for oil is in the green and is positive, and that's good to see. We didn't have any construction that last turn, apparently. Everything's done that's being built. We are at 50, well, have half the population of the planet. Don't quite have half the population, or half the planet. But, and half the population. And we can see all the guys we left encircled are just slowly starving to death. Okay, so you're suffering a lot of administrative strain, which is believable. 34%, or 35 there, 45 there. I think that's helped a lot with that zone. Probably why we're power positive now. Yeah, okay. So at this point, we're making enough power that I want to spend it making fuel and machine parts. Fuel and machine parts. So deep core extractor and heavy instrument. Let's keep all of this up.
Yeah.
And then we got this zone down here. Do you have enough to actually work everything? Yes. How many workers works you? 1.7. So let's actually delegate you to gray space. Again, this is to lower the administrative strain on Iron Maw here. In fact, this doesn't, other than logistic issues, doesn't have any... Well, actually, I need workers, so we're going to do the one delegation this turn because we need workers to work it when the delegation actually happens.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get some civilians in here before we play the buildings here. Private lab, the surveillance, the vidcoms. This is security, education, entertainment. We can get the clinic down, so let's clinic.
Yes, sir.
$3,000 credits. Let's see if we can bump it in there. I got 2,000. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, the clinic here should help with keep the quality of life in that zone up. Oh, let's keep it back out into better supply. And we do have rebels that we should try to deal with. You know what? We're going to be better off shooting them twice. Go. Okay, so we got them to rout. Sadly, no follow-up attack. Oh, and was the road... We just not enough capacity to move you. Okay. That's fair. We didn't really have some grunts 2 somewhere, or grunts 3 somewhere. 6 light infantry, for example, still has some of them 3s. 6 has got to be fairly... There's the 8th. 3rd to 12th. Oh, I suppose that might be the 6th down here, right? 5th. 5th is close enough. So you can see we jumped from like 68 to 182. So we tripled the quality of our troops. Just by redesigning the troops. Mass upgrade what's left, if possible.
Yes, sir.
Another 5 units got delivered and upgraded. This wasn't one of them. Okay. And we are pushing those guys back. Another 2 needs to be selected for deployment like that. If anything, I might actually be in a situation where I want to acquire more settlers faster. More settlers faster. Yeah, let's call these guys up.
Affirmative.
Let's add another 1,500 root rate to the colonists.
Affirmative.
I guess we can get the colonies ahead up when we need to lower the administrative strain. And we can see here, right, our zones are kind of shrinking. Because this one was at the point previously where it was appropriately level 5 and not slacked it down to 4. It's still level 5 because it doesn't evolve right away, but gotta really shrink for it to evolve. And then I should improve the opinion of my personnel if they're still grumpy. Okay, we got 1 below 50, which is the Director of the Secret Service Council.
Copy that.
There we go. Yeah, I can maybe go around doing some purging of the membership. So you're probably a good choice to contemplate purging. Reserve pool, we got 4 people in the reserve pool. You're the grumpiest. You're Cap 2. Cap 1. Cap 3. You're actually the most competent of the people in the reserve pool. And a Cap 1. So let's try to politely ask some of the Cap 1 people to find a different job.
Copy that. Copy that.
There we go. Making the pool a little bit. Helps us be able to keep them happier if I got fewer people to care about. We'll get rid of this guy as well. He's only Cap 2.
Copy that.
We'll keep the Cap 3 in the reserves. Okay, rebuild that road. You know, we'll do that as well. Then we need some supplies to get up there. So we'll get road like so. And like so. Like so. Yeah, geotectonic stuff done, and the roads are reasonably cheap for placing lots of places. Strategic move you back to your unit. suppose we're back to waiting. I think the admins are actually got worse here. Okay. I don't necessarily know where all your assets are that are causing the strain. We got zone reports, neutron flats. Okay, don't see any good way to check administrative causes, administrative strain causes. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna have to hope that that affects it. This would actually be a reasonable place to potentially set up a zone as well, just to get the mine going here. Right, because that's a mine decently far away from the city. That's a recycler decently far away from the city. And if it's controlled by the city and far away from it, that's what contributes to the strain. I think it's within 6 it doesn't contribute. So like this probably isn't contributing. Yeah. Whereas these probably are. No, they're not necessarily contributing very much. They're like minimum level contributing. And of course, right now, a lot of my solution is just delegate it off to a zone that doesn't have important stuff we care about. Like, oh, if we get administrative strain on the bureaucratic office, do I care? Not really. It doesn't even appear to affect the bureaucratic office. Either that or this zone doesn't cranked up to, it's up to 74%, so if it gets affected, it gets affected. Apparently it's just not affected. Okay. Okay, we're about to be making machine parts. We'll sell them for some money, because they're decently profitable. Not gonna sell the high-tech part. Okay, that's what we're gonna do for the moment. Could try buy the petrol, but it isn't valuable enough, I think, to warrant it. Okay, we're gonna see. It's gonna take 4 turns if there's no delays on those, and there's a decent possibility there's no delay on those. And that'll provide us more machine parts and provide us with more petrol. Base of 125. I don't have any reason to imply or to assume that it will be less than 125, other than the administrative strain. Oh, maybe. We'll find out. In 4 turns in this run. Well, maybe 5 turns. We have 5 decisions. 152. And we got another automated click that we don't need at this point. Okay, we need to balance our priorities a little bit. Looks like the Marine Grand Council going to 10. Applied Council or Applied Science Council isn't particularly great. We'll give that a 5. Peer Council isn't particularly great. We'll give that a 5. Foreign Affairs gets 5. Hull design for the moment's not super important because we need to develop the technologies that's going to use. That looks fine. Some shifts back and forth. Might need to check in with the director. Not director, because he might be a little unhappy.
Copy that. Understood.
Okay, so we just finished the mechanized infantry army, I think. We've worked out we needed some anti-tank capacity, so RPG army. When that's done, we'll start mass deploying RPGs across the army. Yes, you have my full support to deal with that. Nothing bad happens as a side effect. Victory-wise, we are still in the lead. Yeah, at this point we've kind of basically won. As long as I don't do stupid things, I've won. To such a degree, I might try to just negotiate back to Victory Pact if we can. I think it's Non-Aggression Pact is next, or is it Open Contact? Open Contact is that. We need to establish diplomatic contact. Okay, so it needs to be Open Contact. Which is doable, and let's try to do it. Let's try to open communications again.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
173 versus 243.
Okie dokie.
Critical failure, which actually made them angry. As you do sometimes. Alright, let's put down our rebels.
Going in. Mission accomplished. Going in. -3.
And not enough action points to get them to surrender. Okay. And we got more colonists in, because I upped the colonist wave rate. Anyway, we've handed those two over. That's good to see. How much is you? 1.7. Okay. So let's drop 1.9 in you as just workers.
Yes, sir.
We'll delegate this place to you. To Gray Place. Gray Space. That should help out. Administrator Strain for Iron Maw a little bit more. And then here in Gray Space. What? So looking to play them. Target this little zone. So we got a 12, 20, and a 12. Let's play the Democratic Lab first. Alright, so that took all the political power. Democratic Lab needs about 1,000 people to work it, so we'll just dump the rest of our colonists in as people
Yes, sir.
to work the lab. Won't quite be enough to work the lab, but it'll be a start. And yeah, this should start to backfill quality of life here. Once we get this up to probably level 2 as well, we'll move on to the next colony. As we still strive to fix the administrative strain across our zones. This one's got the least, and really it's probably these two. Practice, it's just those two perks. This is all within 6, so that's probably also why it's the least, because it's just got the 2 supply bases. And supply bases aren't that far apart, so I can probably just make one zone that controls both when the time comes. Tech-wise... Oh, I suppose we now have access to discovery of radiation cleansing, so we can use that to start cleaning up the radiation in our zones. It's a possible thing to be on the lookout for. Heavy industry, yeah, so that, no delays there. I don't have any political power to call up the slave trader. Let's cycle the turn. Hopefully continue to see things improve. We have 6 decisions. Discover the tech metal soil filtration. So we were desperate for metal, and we're not quite yet. We could do what we've done in other games and use soil and metal filtration.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
Yes, we like our population happiness to improve. We haven't really upgraded any armor, so don't really got anything to do there, or in that one. And I don't think we got enough... Well, we might have enough testing to do a buggy upgrade. Almost. Probably enough if I wanted to upgrade the engine, upgun the engine. Same thing on the tank. We probably could just put better armor on them. Okay, let's do that then. Where's the buggy? There's the buggy. Build upon Cooper 2. And I suppose we got a pretty big firepower on real quick, because before we just had the advanced minigun. Now we have a full Gauss in the 50 mil, and we'll go full engine at this point.
Yes, sir.
You're a little bit expensive. I don't think you're generating any real money either, so we're just gonna say no. Okay, some workers quit, but that's fine. That gave us some more pops to work the job, which is also good. Happiness for dealing with you. So, if I want to give them gift, they'll accept the gift.
Okie dokie.
Success, gain some opinion. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's put some population there. Let's give that place the surveillance
Yes, sir.
and the vidcom.
Yes, sir.
And that should be enough population to work those. Do I splurge and give the zoo as well? Sure, why not?
Yes, sir.
And that should shore up the civilization score so that doesn't go down. So now we're just waiting to shove enough population there, which will be 6 turns for it to get to level 2. I have a demand that I've been ignoring. Oh, we got 8 turns. We got 8 turns in order to make the 2 bureaucratic assets. This is we have a bureaucratic office level 1 here? Yeah. Could upgrade to 2. Yeah, let's upgrade to that one to 2.
Affirmative.
And then the other one over here to build the initial one. Build level 1. And then didn't lose any troops that we haven't replaced yet, but we haven't actually done any fighting down here against the rebels.
Going in. Mission accomplished.
Enemy routed. Not enough maneuverability to give a follow-up. Yeah, I suppose at this point we are starting to contemplate trying to get back into position. We're going to need to build actual RPGs, so our guys have some anti-tank capacity before it really does anything. Or we're really ready to go in, but... Okay, so those guys are in position. These guys aren't that badly out of position, given we're gonna have to bring more guys in, I suppose. And deal with that issue. Yeah, we'll march that guy over to deal with that. Deal with that. th 17th, okay. th 18th. 16th. 17th. And we got a garrison of like 900 in that town, so that's not a bad idea for the town. The vehicle's back there. Oh, you're one of the units that hasn't upgraded all the way to Grunt 4. Can we try another mass upgrade? $166 are not upgraded. Interesting.
Yes, sir.
Got another 17. So I'm going to find out where all the missing ones are. Presumably they're in places where we got yellow supply. That would make the most sense. But locating where that is maybe not completely easy. Could also be places like down here. No, those are 4s. Those are 4s. Those are 4s? Is it over here? Okay, there's some up here. Okay, there's people in the yellow that may have gotten upgrades. There's one. Set. There, they might upgrade.
Yes, sir.
Okay. At some point we'll have to track down all the remaining Grunt 3s. Because we want to track them down by 21st, 24th. Okay. Want to track them down rather than getting them killed. 18, 19, 20. So you're the 21st. So you've got some of the out-of-date units. Okay. Pull it back close to the road, make it easier to upgrade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The 23rd. Here's one of the ones over here. 24th, so supposedly. Oh no. 25th. There's the 23rd. Got 400 there. How many do we have left? 1,400. So, and they should all be in this army. There's 4 of the 1,400. Yeah, there's the one. So we can move you down the road. Sure you can upgrade?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we're just down to that 4. So there's 400 Grunt 3 still kicking around. That's most of them upgraded. We've otherwise got them all upgraded. And these guys are the high priority. Use the new model. I think the MGs are upgradable as well. Don't actually have very many units with the MGs, at least. G4s.
Yes, sir.
So I think that's all the MGs just upgraded. And to be fair, we went from 79, 313 to, yeah, almost tripling on that as well. Okay, so you're the regular, and these guys are obsolete and gone. Oh, apparently I had some MG4, MG2 somewhere that never got upgraded. Okay, let's see if we can find the missing MG2s. Which brigade had the MG2s? 7th. Looking at the 6th. Not that one. 3rd, the 12th, 1st. There's the 7th.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Modernized. The new type. Now we just need to get some berserker units out there to actually help. Yeah, we're still expected to be winning. I think we already auto-clinicked to the zone. Yeah. Four decisions, round 54, 154. Got the new buggies, commercial projects as well. I don't think we have an upgrade to the artillery, right? Because we already had the max size gun and we had the max size armor. Oh, we should upgrade the tanks. The tanks we got are old.
Copy that.
We're going to let them be. We don't necessarily need to get the immediate influx of 400. Much rather prefer the 200 colonists to turn.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Mission accomplished.
Okay, at some point I'm going to have to bring in some more troops so these guys just stop running away from us every time we shoot them up. The rebels are running out of resistance, but at the same time, let's end this game cat and mouse. Victory-wise, we're still in the lead. Things are still building. The bureaucratic offices were delayed a little bit, but we got plenty of time on them. At that rate, they'd still be fine. We'll see if the gas core instructor is enough to keep get the petrol going positive again, or if I need to do a little bit more on that front. Well, let's go here.
Yes, sir.
Then we want to do some diplomacy on you. Nope, they're open to contacting again. We can get that even more assured with a shadow diplomat to the Foreign Affairs Counselor.
Okie dokie.
There we go, 176 versus 166, so basically there's a 60% chance of critical success.
Okie dokie.
And there we go, critical success. At this point, I'm fairly certain I could, if I work through the process of getting anti-tank units into all the units, and lined back up and new units formed to cover all the gaps because of the front line being a mess, we could probably pretty easily win. But I also suspect we could just negotiate a victory, and that's what we'll do, I think. We'll see if we can negotiate up to one. I think they had an election as well, which is why they've improved on their willingness to negotiate with us. Let's go through our zones. So your qual's good, your qual's good. Good enough. You at least got everything. You're a little short in education. You at least got everything. A little short in entertainment. A little short in entertainment. Okay. So nothing needs the clinic yet. Suppose if it's entertainment that's the issue, we've got that deliverable in the form of that commercial project. Let's play it on this one. Okay. And yeah, so everything's deployed. We're waiting some degree for the staff council here to generate the RPG infantry army. Then we'll upgrade all the light infantry units into RPG guys, so they have some sticking power against the numerous tanks we saw earlier. And then we'll start generating new brigades off of the infantry we get back from doing that upgrade. No, Oh, I suppose I should have swapped war hydraulics over to polymer armor, but we'll let polymer armor, or let the walker hydraulics finish at this point. We've got 3 more turns, probably. Neutron straight, flat, or neutron straight, round 155, 5 decisions. Develop missiles. And the new tanks.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Scrap the statue, clean it up. Clean it up gets the one political power turn, so we'll get the political power turn. Gain some democracy. Construction, deep core completed, heavy industry completed, bureaucracy completed. Bureaucratic office for the last one should complete next turn. Everything's in the green. Probably could use more gas, but we'll hold off on upgrading the gas core for a turn. And we still have half the population of the planet. Don't quite have half the planet, which is kind of what's holding us back. Slave trader, we'll get some more people. Need some more money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now we can afford the people.
Yes.
I suppose the question is... 479 credits of negative cash flow. We actually run out of money last turn. No. We did have enough stored up that we were able to fund everything, which is good to see. It's not getting us up to date on what was in and out last turn. Gotta have 60 opinion with them. Where's trade? Trade's usually a good way. Is he? No. Maybe trade? Huh. Appear to be less willing to negotiate than I was thinking.
Okie dokie.
Okay, we'll really get some opinion that way. We'll try to raise our opinion. So, solar efficiency is improving, which is giving us more energy. Light tank is done. Walker, this rate will be done in 2 turns. Fortification is taking its time. But I suppose it's... I think Ammo Compact is Ecotech as well, so we'll probably do those 2, finish those 2 up. Also access to automation. Unless we get lucky and discover high-tech industry. In the meantime. But yeah. More colonists, go here.
Standing by for
I don't need to call you up, I need to press this button.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, we're a little low on education here, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. In fact... Oh, I thought the private lab was education, it's health. So we were double stacking the health accidentally. which is why we're low in education. That makes sense. Thought I gave it education, but in fact I gave it double health. That would do it. Okay, let's... Well, we're still waiting for the RPG Army research from the Staff Council. And this one's actually 600 BP, so that one's going to be a while. It's going to be like 5-6 turns. Okay, looking at the time, I should probably go ahead and put a part break in here. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. Because I'm going to record one more part tonight. And honestly, because we're going to record one more part up tonight, there'll probably be one part up the day after tomorrow. Unless the game ends. And depending on how the diplomacy goes, that might be very sudden. Because I think in this situation, if I get a major victory, an alliance, but major side of the alliance victory, I'll probably just call it quits. Take the second win. At least the first one was a little disappointing because we were technically said we lost because we weren't the major partner in the alliance victory. So at least if we're going to do an alliance victory, I'd like to be the major partner in it, which we would now be if we got it. So if we get that, I might call it quits and prepare for the next game, because this is it's a little bit too static-y right now while we're waiting for the slow tech speed to give us the stuff we need to fight the enemy. Yeah, that's... So, unless we win, there should be parts up for the days coming future. There will definitely be a part up tomorrow because we're going to record one more part after a short break. And by short break for Twitch, I mean I'm going to take a sip of the tea and we're going to get right back to it. So if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around because we'll move right into the next part. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.